Hey, I just wanted to say thank you to Jeff Mara at Jeff Mara Podcast on YouTube for having me on his show today. Boy, what a great conversation into human programming and the potential that we have as humans in this amazing skin suit. But thank you, Jeff, for having me on. There is a few things I didn't get a chance to talk about, which is what it feels like after you've shifted a program. What happens is the lower frequency emotion you're feeling, that not great feeling, emotion that you're going through, it instantaneously changes in the moment that you're in to feel neutrality, joy, peace. I would say bliss if you're like at the highest level of it. But in that very moment, for the very thing that caused the lower frequency emotion. So let me just give you an example because I know I'm talking out of my face and it may appear to not make sense, but I'm riffing off of something that Jeff and I were talking about on his podcast. And what you can do to identify your limiting programs is utilize your emotions as your gauge. So if you're out with your family and your, say, sibling, sister or brother, something does something, they always do it, and it triggers you instantaneously into anger and starts an argument. In that moment, you could notice what that program is. And I'll go deeper into this in another video, and I'll talk about some further details around this programming stuff too. But when you identify that program in the moment that you're feeling those emotions, it takes practice because we're so used to diving deep into our emotions and getting stuck there that it takes a little bit to practice getting out, but you can and you will get out of that space where you get sucked down deep into the rabbit hole of emotion. But once you identify it and you transform that programming, you instantaneously feel different. Now, it could be to the better part of neutrality, meaning the same thing that, say, your sibling does, if they do it again, you feel nothing, which actually is a very good feeling. So if you feel nothing when they do those things, can you imagine forevermore never being triggered by the thing that they are always triggering you with? And listen, it's not just them. Whatever it is they're doing, I can't really think of an example right now. Maybe they talk over you, or maybe they correct you, or maybe they do something that irritates you. It's not just them. Everybody does it because that program exists within you. How do you know it's your program? Because you're having the emotional response. They're not feeling what you're feeling. So that is true. Everyone in your world, when they do the same thing, will trigger you. So that triggering of a lower frequency emotion, once transformed, doesn't just go for the one thing your sibling does. It isn't just for them, it's for everyone. So you could be watching TV and maybe you're watching politics, which triggers a lot of people. You won't have the same emotional response to the things that you're watching and or the things that you're experiencing in your reality. And that in itself could change your life. Why I'm sharing this now is because it's the one thing that I didn't really get to go into with Jeff, but what it feels like to have it changed. It feels like going from hot to cold instantaneously or from cold to hot instantaneously. And it's a really bizarre feeling, but it's real. And it causes a little internal giggle because they're like, ha, that just happened. And I wanted to share that here because I know because I experienced it, I've lived it, I've supported others, and they've experienced it too. And there's plenty of people that can speak into that. But I want you to know that for you, the person watching all the way to this very moment, listening to this, know that you're not stuck, right? Your emotions can not and will not, without your permission, get the better of you. So if you want to hear more about all the fun things that Jeff and I talked about on his podcast, please go to his YouTube channel and enjoy our conversation and the myriad of other ones that he has too. He's such a genuine human. Anyway, just wanted to let you know and say a good gratitude and thank you to Jeff Mara for having me on his show today. Have an amazing day. Look forward to seeing you next time.